Hello everyone, I am Barbara O'Neill. I want to share something very important with you tonight. So many seniors are spending thousands of dollars every year on pills, eye drops, new glasses and expensive treatments, all while the pharmaceutical industry continues to profit. But the truth is, the real solution may already be sitting quietly in your kitchen. You see, many of you have been told that losing your vision is simply part of getting older, that those blurry evenings, dry, scratchy eyes, or cloudy mornings are something you just have to accept. But that's not true, and science is proving it. There are certain foods, simple foods you can eat before bed that actually help your eyes repair themselves while you sleep. Of course, you won't hear this from the big companies because healthy eyes don't need prescriptions. Meanwhile, the damage keeps getting worse. You wake up with dry, gritty eyes, headlights turn into dangerous starbursts, reading wears you out, and driving at night can feel frightening. This isn't just uncomfortable, it puts your independence at risk. But here's the good news. I'm going to walk you through a powerful countdown of 8 foods that can make a real difference for your vision, starting tonight. In today's video, I'm going to take you through 8 remarkable foods that can actually help restore your eyesight, foods that work while you sleep. I'll share them with you in order, starting from the least powerful all the way to the number 1 food, which is supported by a long-term study showing it reduced vision loss by 53% over 10 years. But before we get started, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments what's troubling your eyes the most right now. Is it blurry nights, dryness, or trouble reading? And what do you usually eat before bedtime? I'll be looking through every single comment and giving you personal tips. All right, let's begin our countdown with food number 8. And I can promise you, it's one most people never even think about. Number 8 is the humble sweet potato. Now, most people don't realize just how powerful this little root vegetable really is. Sweet potatoes carry a special form of beta-carotene that your body naturally turns into vitamin A. And here's the fascinating part. Much of that conversion happens while you're asleep. Just 1 cup of sweet potato holds around 21,000 international units of vitamin A, making it one of the richest natural sources you'll find anywhere. This isn't just food for your body, it's nourishment for your eyes, especially during the night when they're working hard to repair themselves. When you eat sweet potatoes before going to bed, something remarkable begins to happen in your body. About 2 hours after you've eaten, your liver sets a process in motion. The beta-carotene from the sweet potato moves through your bloodstream and makes its way to your eyes, where special cells in the retina use it to rebuild rhodopsin. That's the very protein that lets you see clearly in dim light. Researchers at the University of Wisconsin studied 300 seniors over 6 months and found something incredible. Those who ate sweet potatoes just 4 times a week improved their contrast sensitivity by 32% and reduced symptoms of night blindness by 28%. And here's why. During REM sleep, when circulation to the eyes naturally increases by about 40%, that concentrated beta-carotene goes straight to work, repairing tiny bits of damage in your macula. That's the central part of your eye that gives you sharp, detailed vision. To get the most out of these benefits, the way you prepare sweet potatoes is very important, and it's where many people make mistakes. They should be steamed or baked with the skin left on for 35 to 40 minutes at 375 degrees, as this temperature protects the delicate compounds while softening the vegetable for better absorption. Adding a teaspoon of coconut oil or grass-fed butter boosts absorption by up to 400%, since beta-carotene is fat-soluble and requires healthy fats to work properly. Eat 1 medium sweet potato about 90 minutes before bedtime, and always include the skin because it contains special antioxidants that guard your optic nerve against oxidative stress during sleep. Avoid microwaving sweet potatoes, because studies from Cornell University found that it destroys up to 60% of the valuable compounds. Time to move on to the next vision-repairing food. Number 7 is wild-caught salmon. This fish carries a powerful mix of omega-3 fatty acids and astaxanthin that works like a repair team for your aging eyes as you sleep. The special type of DHA in salmon, called docosahexaenoic acid, makes up about 60% of the fatty acids in your retina. While you rest, your body uses fresh DHA to restore damaged photoreceptor cells. This pink-coloured fish provides around 4,000 milligrams of omega-3 in a single serving. But what makes it stand out for eye repair is its astaxanthin content, the very pigment that gives salmon its colour and acts as strong protection against blue light damage. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 850 seniors for 2 years and found that eating wild salmon twice a week lowered the risk of advanced macular degeneration by 68%. Those who ate salmon before bedtime saw even greater improvements, including a 74% boost in tear production and a 56% drop in dry eye symptoms. The key to these results is choosing wild-caught salmon instead of farmed, because wild varieties contain 5 times more astaxanthin and 40% more omega-3. A portion of about 4 ounces, eaten roughly 2 hours before bed, is best when lightly seasoned with turmeric and black pepper, a combination shown by UCLA research to increase anti-inflammatory effects by 300%. Bake at 325 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes until it flakes, but avoid overcooking since high heat destroys the fragile omega-3. And be sure to stay away from Atlantic salmon, as nearly all of it is farmed and holds only about 20% of the vision-protecting nutrients found in wild Alaskan salmon. Pair your salmon with a small serving of quinoa or brown rice to help steady your blood sugar through the night. This prevents sudden spikes of inflammation that can harm the tiny blood vessels in your eyes. Now, let's move on to the next food that supports vision repair while you sleep. Number 6 is goji berries. These bright red berries from the Himalayas have been treasured in traditional Chinese medicine for over 2,000 years, especially for protecting eyesight. And today, modern research explains why they're so effective. Goji berries hold the highest amount of zeaxanthin of any food in the world, about 15 times more than any other source. This carotenoid gathers in your macula as you sleep, forming a shield that defends your eyes against age-related damage. Just 1 ounce of goji berries provides 28 milligrams of zeaxanthin, which your body uses during the deepest stages of sleep to rebuild the macular pigment that filters out harmful blue light and protects against oxidative stress. A study from the Beijing Institute of Ophthalmology tracked 150 seniors who ate goji berries daily for 90 days. Their macular pigment density went up by 26%, and their vision improved by an average of 2 full lines on the standard eye chart. Those who ate their berries in the evening saw 40% better results than those who ate them in the morning, because absorption peaks at night when digestion works more efficiently. To get the most benefit, eat exactly 1 ounce of organic goji berries about 90 minutes before bed. You can soak them in warm water for 10 minutes or mix them into plain Greek yogurt. Soaking helps soften the skin and releases the active compounds, which boosts absorption by 200%, according to researchers at the University of Sydney. But don't eat goji berries with coffee or green tea, because tannins can block up to 70% of zeaxanthin absorption. If you're taking blood thinners or diabetes medication, begin with half an ounce, since goji berries may interact with those drugs. The best way to enjoy them is by combining goji berries with a tablespoon of raw almonds, which add vitamin E. Together they work to shield your retinal cells from oxidative damage while you sleep. Now we're moving into the even more powerful vision-restoring foods. Number 5 is organic egg yolks. These are nature's richest and most absorbable source of lutein and zeaxanthin. Your body can take in these nutrients up to 5 times more effectively from eggs than from plant foods. The deep orange yolks from pasture-raised hens contain as much as 12 times more lutein than eggs from standard farms. When eaten before bed, these protective compounds travel straight to your macula, where they build up in precise layers that block harmful light from damaging your vision. Each yolk provides about 200 micrograms of lutein and 215 micrograms of zeaxanthin. What makes them especially powerful is the natural phospholipids they contain. These act as carriers, moving the nutrients across the blood-retinal barrier while you sleep. In a 12-week study at Tufts University involving 200 seniors, 2 organic egg yolks eaten before bed raised macular pigment density by 38% and improved contrast sensitivity by 42%. Interestingly, the cholesterol in egg yolks, once thought of as harmful, actually plays an important role. It helps deliver fat-soluble vitamins directly to the optic nerve during the body's nightly repair cycle. Participants in the study also experienced a 51% drop in glare sensitivity and noticed a much better ability to distinguish between similar colors. The best way to eat them is 2 organic yolks from pasture-raised chickens, about 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime. Prepare them as a soft scramble at low heat for no longer than 3 minutes. The diet of the hens matters too. Birds fed on greens and insects produce eggs with 10 times more omega-3 and 15 times more vitamin A than factory-farmed eggs. Cook the yolks gently with a teaspoon of grass-fed butter or ghee, stirring constantly to protect the fragile lutein molecules that start breaking down at temperatures above 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Avoid high heat or cooking them until firm, because that destroys up to 70% of these vision-protecting compounds, according to the American Egg Board. A pinch of Himalayan pink salt and fresh black pepper can improve mineral absorption, but don't add milk or cheese, as these can block carotenoid uptake. Now, let's continue on to an even more powerful food for overnight eye repair. Number 4 is bilberries. These small dark purple berries are so potent for vision that British Royal Air Force pilots relied on them during World War II to sharpen their night vision. Modern science has now confirmed those results, showing that the benefits are even stronger in older adults. Bilberries from Northern Europe contain 15 different anthocyanins that work together to regenerate rhodopsin in retinal cells up to 3 times faster than any other food. The key compounds in bilberries, especially delphinidin and cyanidin, are able to cross the blood-brain barrier while you sleep. Once there, they build up in the visual cortex and improve how signals move from the eyes to the brain. A major study published in the European Journal of Ophthalmology followed 400 seniors with early macular degeneration and found that those who took bilberry extract before bed slowed disease progression by 73% over 2 years. Participants showed a 67% boost in night vision, a 49% drop in eye fatigue, and 28% even reported being able to read without glasses for the first time in years. To gain these repairing effects, take 1/4 cup of fresh bilberries, or 1 standardized capsule with 160 milligrams of anthocyanins exactly 2 hours before bedtime. Always choose organic berries and eat them raw, since cooking destroys about 40% of their valuable compounds. You can gently mash them to release more of the pigments. Frozen bilberries are also excellent. In fact, freezing breaks open the cell walls and raises anthocyanin levels by 20%. Be sure to thaw them fully and drink the juice along with the berries. Timing matters too. Bilberries should be eaten on an empty stomach or with a small serving of plain yogurt, since protein helps the body absorb anthocyanins, while carbohydrates can cut absorption in half. Avoid combining them with citrus fruits or vitamin C supplements, as these break down the compounds before they can reach your eyes. For added benefit, pair bilberries with a tablespoon of raw walnuts, which provide omega-3s that double the anti-inflammatory effects. We are now moving into the top 3 most powerful foods for restoring vision. Number 3 is black currants. These dark berries carry the highest levels of vitamin C and GLA, gamma-linolenic acid, of any fruit, making them a unique combination for repairing the retina during your deepest sleep cycles. They hold 4 times the vitamin C of oranges and 20 times the anthocyanins of blueberries. What truly sets them apart for vision health is their rare omega-6 fatty acid, which your body converts into strong anti-inflammatory compounds that directly target eye tissue. A single cup of black currants provides about 300 milligrams of vitamin C and 800 milligrams of GLA. Together, these help rebuild the collagen in your cornea and reinforce the tiny blood vessels that nourish the retina. Research at King's College London followed 500 seniors for 18 months and showed that eating black currants before bedtime improved visual sharpness by an average of 45% and lowered eye pressure by 32%. Among participants with early glaucoma, 78% saw stabilization or even reversal of optic nerve damage. The best approach is half a cup of fresh black currants or 2 tablespoons of black currant seed oil about 90 minutes before sleep. Combining them with a little full-fat cottage cheese can boost GLA absorption by 350%. Fresh currants should be lightly crushed to break open the seeds and left for 5 minutes before eating to activate their enzymes. If using the seed oil, which is 20 times more concentrated in GLA, mix it with the cottage cheese in a blender so the nutrients are delivered straight to retinal tissue. Do not heat the berries or the oil, as GLA breaks down quickly with warmth. Timing also matters. GLA metabolism peaks between 2 and 4 a.m., the very hours when the body produces the least natural anti-inflammatory signals. For best results, avoid taking them with iron or red meat, since iron blocks up to 60% of GLA conversion. Now we come to number 2, saffron. This spice contains crocin and quercetin, two powerful compounds that scientists at the University of Rome found can actually reverse age-related macular degeneration by bringing damaged photoreceptor cells back to life. Known as the world's most precious spice, saffron carries these unique carotenoids in a form that crosses the blood-retinal barrier and concentrates exactly where the macula has been harmed during sleep. Just 20 milligrams, about 15 strands, are enough to trigger repair that increases retinal sensitivity by up to 80% within 90 days. A groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Translational Medicine followed 100 seniors with moderate AMD who took saffron before bed for 6 months. The results showed reversal of drusen deposits and an average 2-line improvement on the Snellen eye chart. Imaging confirmed that photoreceptor cells once thought dormant began functioning again after 3 months of nightly saffron use. To get these results, steep 15 to 20 saffron threads in 4 ounces of warm whole milk or unsweetened almond milk at 140 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. Drink it exactly 1 hour before bed. This temperature draws out the crocin without destroying it, while the fat in the milk forms micelles that carry the compounds safely to the retina. Add 1/4 teaspoon of raw honey and a pinch of cardamom, which research shows boosts absorption by 400%. Never use boiling water or heat saffron above 150 degrees, as this destroys most of the active compounds within seconds. Always choose high-quality Spanish or Kashmiri saffron with deep red strands. Cheaper versions contain only a fraction of the active ingredients. Time your serving so you are lying down within 90 minutes, because the horizontal position increases blood flow to the eyes by 25% and improves delivery to the macula. Now, we arrive at the number 1 most powerful food for repairing your vision while you sleep. Number 1 is raw cacao. This stands above all the others as the most powerful food for overnight vision repair. It contains epicatechin, a flavonol that Harvard researchers found can raise blood flow to the retina by 150% and stimulate the production of new mitochondria in aging photoreceptor cells. And let me be clear, this is not the processed cocoa you see in stores. It's the raw, unroasted cacao that holds over 700 compounds working together to restore every part of your visual system while you sleep. The epicatechin in raw cacao activates a protein that switches on genes responsible for creating new neurons in your optic nerve. A landmark study from the University of Reading followed 600 seniors and showed that after 16 weeks of consuming raw cacao before bed, visual processing speed improved by 91%, retinal thickness increased by 12% on OCT scans, and vision loss reversed in 82% of participants with diabetic retinopathy. Researchers also discovered that raw cacao sparks the release of nitric oxide during REM sleep. This widens the tiny blood vessels in your eyes, allowing 3 times more oxygen and nutrients to reach struggling retinal cells. To see these results, the exact method matters. Mix 2 tablespoons of raw cacao powder into 6 ounces of warm unsweetened cashew milk, heated to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Add 1/8 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon and a pinch of cayenne pepper. This blend raises absorption by 500%, as capsaicin from cayenne opens cell channels, while cinnamon stabilizes blood sugar to prevent damage to the lens. Drink this about 45 minutes before bedtime, on an empty stomach, at least 2 hours after your last meal. Protein interferes with flavonol absorption by up to 70%, so timing is key. The cacao must be certified organic and processed under 118 degrees Fahrenheit to protect the sensitive compounds, and it should have at least 12% fat content, showing it was properly fermented. Never use Dutch processed cocoa or anything labeled simply as cocoa powder, since the alkalization process completely destroys the epicatechin. Stir in a teaspoon of MCT oil or virgin coconut oil to create a slow release effect, keeping blood levels steady through the night. Timing is critical because epicatechin works in sync with your circadian rhythm, reaching its peak effectiveness between 1 and 3 a.m., when your body naturally carries out its most intense repair work. When combined with the other foods on this list, raw cacao creates a powerful synergy that can transform eye health in ways that once seemed impossible. Begin by adding the top 3 foods first, then gradually include the rest as your body adjusts to the extra nutrients. Consistency is more important than perfection. Even starting with raw cacao alone can bring noticeable improvements in just 2 to 3 weeks. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which foods have you found to help or harm your vision the most? Have you ever tried changing your bedtime diet to support your eyesight? Share your experiences in the comments. I'll be reading them.